Army? What's up, brilliant Anons? Patriots from around the world. Dark to light? Out of the shadows, out of shadows. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, guys, come on. Happy Monday. Fight, and fight we will. I hope everybody had a blessed Sunday. Easter Sunday yesterday. I kind of finally unplugged from the Matrixxx. I think Shady and I streamed for about 8 hours in one day. Just lots going on. We've got Out of the Shadows, viral, folks. And with that, let me bring in my partner in justice on 4/13/2020. Happy MK Ultra birthday, Shady.
Let me in.
There he is. How you doing, brother?
Hi, everybody. What a weekend we have had, my brother. This is incredible.
Oh, my gosh, man. I tell you, we've spent a lot of times with our friends from outofshadows.org. Make sure you get over there. Let's go check them out right now. This is the website, outofshadows.org.
Get them up on the screen, Matrixx.
Yeah, apparently, Shady, thank you. Apparently, Shady, they have taken away the search for the movie.
Yes, they're on YouTube now. If you search Out of Shadows, all you get is the trailer and a couple different random videos. The actual video has been shadow banned on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, this is over 3 million, pushing 3.5 million views, guys.
And 100,000 subscribers.
100,000 subscribers. This is incredible. Hats off to Liz, Mike, and Brad, and Kevin. Wow, I think we're going to have some special guests tomorrow.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have Mike and Brad tomorrow. We're waiting on confirmation with Kevin Ship. He definitely wants to come on the show, but we've definitely, for sure, tomorrow, we're going to have Brad and Kevin, and even possibly Liz. So Liz is on the West Coast. She may not have answered yet, but I sent a text out. So Brad and Mike are confirmed right now. And Mike is the producer-director. He was a stunt man. He was also a stunt director, and Brad Martin has been in several movies in and of himself. So Mike was Batman in Batman Forever, Bond, Need for Speed, and Brad was Agent Smith, which I think is pretty awesome, and many others, Spider-Man, and many others, guys. So these guys are legit from Hollywood, exposing Hollywood, and I'm so proud of them.
And we had a bit of a celebration party on Saturday night, if you didn't catch it, where we got on here after they got queued, after they got 1 million views, bro.
That's right. Yeah, if you guys didn't catch it, it was absolutely amazing right here. This is when we had them on right here, Shady. And let's drop that link. If you guys didn't see it, maybe watch it later. They were so honored and humbled that the documentary got queued. And
man,
I tell you,
it would.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so good. And you know, right from the very beginning of it, it grabs your attention and you kind of get into it. And he's like talking about what it is and how you believe and what it is or the things they say. And would you be able to tell if they were deceiving you? And that is just the great question that, you know, all of the Q people out there want, you know, people to see is like, would you understand if they were deceiving you all at the same time in coordination? And the answer to that is no, you wouldn't see it.
Yeah, you wouldn't see it. And there's Liz right there. And then we had Brad as well. We went over some of the where we go, when we go all. Well, we went over all the Q posts from Saturday. But, you know, what was interesting about this one is, let me just go ahead and close that down. Right here, this one hit on 00004. So this is technically Easter Sunday right here, 4/12/20. And,
yes, it is.
And Q said, best documentary of the year. F, black sites are being closed. MK active. Class 1 to 99. Future Q. Pretty interesting, man. And this is the, you know, basically kind of did a thread just for Sunday as well. We did go over all the Q posts from Saturday night, but basically there was 17 Q posts in 45 minutes, Shady.
Yes, and they were posting people from around the world who are supportive of you and this movement. We know that this movement is centered in America. It's going to spread around the world. And so I would like to humbly thank everyone out there from everywhere around the world that has sent messages and sent congratulations and thank yous for the documentary and talked to me this weekend about how it red-pilled your husband, your wife, your children. This is something that everyone can see, and I'm noticing that they're getting it translated into other languages now.
Yeah.
But where we go, one we go all is the worldwide human statement, and all of those posts from Q are just incredible, man. I mean, just to see the heart and the love of people who are supportive of freedom in the world.
All over the world, guys.
Freedom of information. You know, it's like the freedom. If okay, maybe it isn't accurate, but we should be allowed to decide what we think on an individual basis, not a mass corporation who tells us, "Oh, you're only allowed to think what we tell you to think."
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, so I think, and in addition to what you're saying, Shady, I think these people want to be free. They want to be sovereign. They want real people to represent them. So, you know, we can actually take our countries back respectively and work with each other by trade and tariffs, as we should be, as the Constitution states here in our country. I mean, and if you take, let's just take Q out of it for a minute. That's exactly what our president is doing.
Yeah.
Tariffs.
And maybe we see some countries start to unite as a people and write new constitutions and write out the corrupt governments.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Absolutely right.
I mean, that would be amazing to see the people around the world come together and use America as an example of, hey, look, their central bank was corrupt, and look how much better they're doing. Why are we still chained to the IMF and the globalist bankers?
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. And, you know, I think, too, because our central bank, the Federal Reserve, which is the parent companies are the Pay Sewer Railroad companies, by the way, which is the United States of American Body Politic Trust. But that if those strings are cut, it cuts all over the world. And that's what's beautiful. Because where we go, one we go all is not just here. And that's why I think it's going worldwide, because the strings to the cabal are being cut.
Yeah, and they're being very exposed. And I saw this comment from Bernice out there. Thank you so much for showing us the documentary. Shared many times. My sister's in shock right now, so I'm helping her through Love from the UK.
Good.
And I would just like to say that all of us here, and we have a lot of information, and we have a bit of what I would call what's the word for it, like desensitization to the corruption.
Yes,
maybe is a good way to put it. And so a lot of people that are buying the narrative don't have that in place. And so I'd like to just, again, say to you guys, recognize that whenever you get excited and explain things to people, because it is not easy. This documentary brings up some very uneasy points, but hits it right in the heart of what the problem is. And people, whenever they see it's a light bulb moment, you can't unsee. And then you start to think and understand. And that's why we're here. We're all here as a protective layer to help let them know that everything's okay, and we're going to expose them.
Yep, and we're damn sure going to expose them, and we have been, and we will, and we'll continue, and we're here to reassure one another as well. And you know what we do is we look at what Q has told us, and we kind of look at what happens and what happened, and kind of bring that back to the Q map to say, oh my gosh, this is actually happening, guys. Mm-hmm. And it is happening. You know, the president basically restructured in front of you, and people don't even realize it yet. I mean, there are good channels out there that do realize it, X22, some others, but basically we are taking care of the trusts, and we're moving these trusts back into the treasury. Okay, that's why we've got the $2 trillion loan, which actually equal to $6.2 trillion, and those are the Saudis and the Rockefellers' money. And this phase right here, in my opinion, that we're trying to get is the $1 trillion from Soros. in the next aid package, quote unquote, stimulus. So that's what I think is happening. And then you have that Q post where it says, oh my gosh, President Trump is now the chair of the Federal Reserve. And who serves the master? P equals C. The chair is C. P is the Pesor Trust. Now, it's not just a person, it's a trust. It's the Federal Reserve. It's the Vatican. It's the Depository Trust on 55, watch the Water Street. Your president is taking it back. Now, how do you repair a bridge without restoring it, without shutting it down? Excuse me. You give them bridge loans, and those bridge loans are payable back to the Treasury, not the Federal Reserve. You see how this is working? This is right in front of our eyes. And then you see that there's issues with some of the ways that we're getting goods. So he's trying to fix the black hat ways to market. They've been hiding information, storing stuff. We saw they're storing masks and hiding them, and ventilators, and this is the way to get our ways to market cleaned up too, because they have control over that. And if you look at the 40,000-foot view, which could be macroeconomics, and that's how they have such a heads up on everybody, because they control it all, from how fast the ship goes when it leaves the country to the other country to deliver to the market. I mean, that's what fractional reserve banking is all about, and all about control. And it doesn't matter if it reaches us or not. They still win. Not anymore. We are taking control back, folks.
As long as it's going to the Treasury, they don't have control of it. The president does.
That's right.
And that is that is amazing part of this plan here, is to see how we've created a parallel economy, pretty much is the easiest way to put it. And we're shifting off of the petrodollar and back onto the gold standard.
Yes. And Trudy Nichols says
gas prices are coming down.
Trudy Nichols says, could P equal the president? No, C is the president now. He's the chair. He's taking over the Pesor Trust. The Pesor Trusts are GM. Why do you think president was giving them ultimatums and had to use the P Act on them? Because they were reluctant. GE Healthcare was reluctant at first. The only one that paid back their bailout in 2007, 2008 was Ford. So that's why he was pumping Ford. So 3M, these are all original Pesor, United States of America and Body Politic Trust companies. You see, Standard Oil we thought was owned by the Rockefellers, but no, it was a trust. The Rockefellers were the trustees for the Pesor Trust. So that's why, we need to understand, how all that ties in, and nobody else is talking about the PAYSEUR part. And I want to show you what, if I have my hand out, I'm asking you to pay, sir. Shady. Let's talk about the Holy See really quick, because we know that the Rothschilds, via the Pesors, gave a loan to the Holy See, and that is a Q post. And there are statues that tell that story really quick, Shady. I think it's pretty interesting.
Well, the statues around St. Peter's Basilica, the square there at the Vatican, big circle. If you see the pictures from above, you see the big circle around the centerpiece in the middle. And you'll see all the statues. And if you notice, all the statues that stand 365 degrees around that circle are holding out their hand. Each of them are holding out their hand. So from that center point, looking out to all 365 degrees of the earth, every single transaction goes through the hand, the invisible hand, the invisible enemy. Pay, sir. Pay, sir. Think about this. This is corrupt center Kabbalistic enemy that hides in plain sight. The trust, the hidden enemy.
That's right. And nobody has really gone into that. I don't even know if War Castles mentioned the name Pacer, but War Castles is a very good documentary that I've saw.
A great resource.
Well. Yes, but nobody is saying the word Pacer. And Q Post 1970, guys. Go check it out. It says, hey, Q, does P equal Pesor? And Q reposted that. Pretty interesting.
The reason that we talk about it so often is simply because that is what we know the head of the snake is. The president is going after the Fed the Fed was created backed by this trust, which was all the railroad companies combined into one entity. That entity monopolized as the United States of America in body politic. In other words, they have completely set up outside of your purview of the Constitution. So the Federal Reserve does not exist in the Constitution. There's no way to have control over that. Now, with the big stimulus that was just passed, the president took control of the Fed and is restructuring it into Treasury, and we are going to soon see some massive changes in our financial system.
Yes. And Joe Ray Perkins says, but it's supposed to look like and make us think that the statues are receiving from God. That's right.
That's exactly right.
That's exactly right, Joe Ray. Joe Ray Perkins for Senate. Make sure you get out there and support her. She's from Oregon, and I would love to see Oregon red.
She's kicking some butt out here, man. I'm hoping that she and this is someone that fights for Q. She doesn't just fight for the president, guys.
That's right.
She fights for Q, and she's not afraid to put it in the lap of these naysayers out there. Let's call them naysayers, Matrixx.
Let's call them naysayers, yes. Naysayers. And by the way, it was very interesting. We had Salon.com do a recent attack on QAnon. And what most people don't know is Salon.com has been trying to normalize pedophilia for years. And I've got the sauce on my Twitter. And we'll go check it out maybe a little later. But it's funny that a organization that wants to normalize pedophilia is attacking QAnon. Pretty interesting, isn't it? Are you awake yet?
Yeah, very, very convenient, right?
Yes. Yes. Very convenient. Salon is crap, but you see where these people are sick. People are starting to wake up. And this video right here is a big tool to help people wake up. It doesn't mention the word Q once, and it doesn't have to. And the way that the story is threaded, the way that it goes through, you have Mike's personal account, you have Brad, you have Kevin Shipp and Liz. Well, Kevin Shipp, then Liz. So Kevin Shipp actually was like, you've got to break that mind barrier. You've got to go over and open your mind up. The way that he said that was, I'm getting chills just thinking about it, because people don't want to think this is true.
And of course they don't. I don't want to think it's true.
No.
I don't want to personally, I would prefer not to be digging into this stuff, but it is true.
It is true. It is true. And that's why this documentary is great. And I kind of want to go over this. Q queued it at about 1 million views, a little after 1 million views, which I think is very amazing. And I wanted to just, maybe do a victory lap with you guys, because you guys helped make this go viral. There is no doubt in my mind that the Matrixxx Grooove show helped make this go viral. And with that being said, every one of you out there helped make this go viral, because on the April 9th, we had the director and producer Mike Smith, stuntman Brad Martin, and Liz Crokin on the show to talk about the upcoming release. And this was 4/10/20, right? 4/9/20, and it was going to be released on 4/10/20. And there it is. We have the show. And that show did very well, guys. It had over 60,000 views. You guys helped. So we got to meet them. We got to understand who they were. We got to feel, why did Mike do this video? Very compelling testimony from Brad, Mike, and Liz. Then we had an actual live watch party 30 minutes after it dropped with Brad, Mike, and Liz, which was amazing. That show also got over 60,000 views. And then on Easter Sunday, right after they got queued, guess what? We fired up the stream and had them on. And yeah, we have fired up the stream and had them on to show them, because we were talking about, man, I hope this gets queued. And I was looking over, and Shady and I were looking over on the chans, and they were loving it. They were keeping track of the views. They were like, oh my gosh. And it's so amazing, right? Shady and I have been talking to Mike for over a year, and we've known about this documentary that he's been wanting to get done, and he finally got it done. And, God spoke to him, and it was supposed to be done in November, but God spoke to him and said, 4/10/20, let's get it. And it was a crunch time. They were like crunching to get that done and uploaded to multiple platforms on 4/10/20. We were going to be their backup just in case it didn't get out, so it could get out. You see, and I'm just so honored to know each and every one of these guys. And I think part of the reason, obviously the documentary is freaking amazing, so that stands on its own as to why it's viral. But you guys helped get this viral. There's no doubt in my mind, guys.
Please, anyone out there, give me a 17 if you shared it with someone you love and they watched it. Don't just hit 17. Give me a 17 if you shared it with someone you love and they watched it. Just as good as we got 1,500 people here right now.
Yep, I did it. I got calls from people. I got people that shared it with me, said, hey, did you see it?
Thank you. And I would like to say that with every single person right now who's typing 17, I would really like to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because you have made a difference in this movement. You realize that, right? You're making a difference in this movement because you showed this to someone you love and care about. That is exactly why Mike and Brad and Liz made this movie. And I think that Mike inspired them to come together because his story is so compelling, and to be, I'm someone, I got injured in a way to where I couldn't walk for a while. And that is so messed up to not be able to walk. And so I really empathize with the situation that happened to him. And for him to get so strong and to have gotten lucky enough to be with someone who prayed for him and broke through the barrier with Mike personally of like, what is this? Is there really a battle between good and evil? That is a concept that people think is only in movies. And the realistic way that he presented this was really like, this is not a I'm on the fence thing. You're either with them or you're with us. It's good and evil. So, very clear line that was presented in this. And I think that folks that saw it were kind of knocked out of their socks a little bit, really, because it's that compelling.
Yeah, and Carly says that my sons don't think I'm crazy anymore. That's amazing. Irene Lovely, as usual, says that she talked about it on a show that she's on. She's on a radio station in Argentina. God bless you. That's amazing.
Thank you. And isn't it interesting how that moment of being able to share something with someone, like Carly said, oh, my kids don't think that I'm crazy. Well, that's kind of an inadvertent aspect of this, but the truth of the matter is they understand why we're fighting.
Yeah.
Like that's what we want. We want people to understand like why we're obsessed with this and why we understand that Q is giving us a heads up, and the president is really leading us. And I would venture you to try to perceive your current life if there had been no Q.
Yeah.
How would you be interpreting your world right now? Right? Be very difficult.
I was about ready to get on the couch, Shady, and just, watch Netflix. I fought to get the president elected, and then I'm like, okay, let's see what happens now, I guess. And when Q came onto the scene and I started going, oh my gosh, this is real. I was like, oh my gosh, oh my God, oh my gosh. So this gave us the opportunity to be here today, all of us, Q. And so thank you to the Q team for doing what they've done for these, since 2017 in October. Wow.
Man, I mean, we're almost to 4,000 Q posts, brother.
Yeah, it's amazing.
4,000 Q posts.
And I want to also thank these guys for using my quote at the end as well. Mike, you don't know how much that meant to me, that you actually... and that's what the whole documentary was basically about. It's just like, learn for yourself. And this is a quote that I've actually had before Q. It's the truth is learned, never told. When you watch MSNBC, Microsoft News Network, right? Or you watch even Alex Jones or this show, go look for it yourself. That's when you're going to have your own aha moment, when you can prove that it's true or not. Because the truth is learned. It's never told. That's why they have Operation Mockingbird, because they got us working, paying our taxes. We got our blinders on. We're trying to take care of our family, pay our bills. We don't have time to research. We just sit there and listen to the mainstream Mockingbird media And then you have a person from Fox, and this is, before like Hannity, in my opinion, turned good. You have Fox and CNN people just mocking back the same stuff that CNN and Fox and the stuff that they're watching, just mocking it back. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, I would just like to maybe use the example of the Iraq War.
Yes.
There was not very much disagreement between MSNBC and Fox. They were all showing you the weapons that we were using. They were all bragging about the planes and the helicopters and the bombs and what was it? A Fire and Fury or whatever. No, it wasn't Fire and Fury. It was something like that though.
Shock and awe.
Shock and awe. Yes, it was shock and awe. Like we're sitting there watching on live TV as they blow people up. Okay. And no matter what media mouthpiece, it was pro blowing people up. I was kind of against it. I wasn't a Democrat or Republican at the time. I'm just a libertarian neutral party. And all these people were so pro Bush. Like you just want to eliminate the Middle East? Yeah, let's just turn it to glass. Like, what are you talking about?
That doesn't sound very godly to me, does it?
No, it doesn't sound very tolerant or accepting or
we're meant to hate groups, Shady. Like, we were taught to hate all Muslims.
Yep.
And I know.
And they're taught to hate us.
And they're taught to hate us, respectively. Yes.
Right.
And this is where we've got to get through. We've got to get through this. And I want to just
big barrier.
Sophie out there. Sophie is a longtime listener and a great patriot. I love her to death. Can't wait to finally meet her. She's from Budapest, Hungary, guys. And she just wants to say, love you, Patriots. Please tell the team my heart just overflows from joy for all of you guys, the Matrixxx team. Please tell them for me and for Budapest. Thank you, Sophie. We love you.
Well, I thank you for that. And let me tell you, we've got one heck of a stellar team here. I mean, we have assembled an amazing group of patriots who have the same desire for truth that Matrixxx and I do. And it is really interesting when you get this many people with this hive mind type digging, truth seeking energy moving about. It creates spectacular things, man.
Yes, and LK Dark to Lights has a good comment here. And what does it mean when we say where we go one, we go all, Shady?
It means we go all.
So, and Q has been telling this. They want us divided by what?
Religion.
So, Q, POTUS, me, LK Dark to Light, SB2, the mission is to help people understand and unite all religions to fight Satan.
Yes.
That's a very well said comment, LK. And it's not just you, it's all of us. It's POTUS, Q, everybody here. Everybody knows that we were all taught to hate Muslims. Yes, isms, right? Fight isms. They want us divided by everything, guys. Race.
Look at the way that they speak to you. They accuse the president of racism. They accuse the president of sexism.
Ism.
See how? Yes, right. That and they run us with communism. You see, like they're trying to divide. Everything is about division. Everything is about making you worried because another person has a different religion or a different person has a different skin color or is of a different sex or sometimes can't figure out what sex they are. Like it's none of our business,
yeah.
Right? It's your business to manage you and it's your business to individually do what it is that makes you feel joyous and free and full.
Yes, exactly right. And Stephen Berger says, you guys rock. Prolific times require new prolific ways to inform the world populace where we go when we go. Stephen, thank you so much. Bernice says, thank you so much for the documentary. I shared many times. My sister in shock right now, so I'm helping her through with love. I'm helping her through it. Love from the UK. Bernice, God bless you. See, we are worldwide, guys. This is a worldwide movement. Amy says, I don't know if it was right or wrong, but my daughter watched it with me and was like, oh my God, I think it was good since she had her eyes open. Amy, I think that it is right to have her watch it with you because you're the parent and you can try to talk to her like a parent and like parents should and haven't been because we don't have time anymore. God bless you, Amy. Good job. When I finished it, I just sat in silence to let it seep in. So yeah, that's Anna Marie DeMonte. Yes, it was very well done. Awesome. awesome pugs had had many hours of conversation with my family and friends. We let them ask questions and just tried to answer them. If I didn't know, I told them I didn't know. Oh, wow. See, that's really good. Yes, we got Kiwi. It's, yeah, moves and counter moves. Also, Dark to Light says, oh, wait, excuse me. Oh, Dark to Light, today we're going to take a field trip at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to go over and check out LK Dark to Light's new video called Our Journey Back to Eden. So make sure we do that. And, you know,
that'll be right after the show.
Right after this show. We're all going to take a field trip. Sophie says, oh my God, I just missed in the Matrixxx announcing my note. So you know what, Sophie? I'm going to say it again. Because you're so amazing. You've been so supportive, and you've been with us for a long time, Sophie. So Sophie just said, please tell the team my heart just overflows from joy for love of all you guys. The Matrixxx team. Please tell them for me and for Budapest. God bless you. You guys are
Sophie,
awesome.
we love you.
Yeah, we love you so much. And she's been here for a long time.
Yes, she has. So we've got so many people out here that have been with us through all this, that have watched everything that we talk about all the time. They see us doing it. You know, it's like, you guys are incredible. And I just love knowing that I wake up every day with such a massive amount of energy that keeps me going, man. I mean, this is it's just really, you don't really know how much we, Matrixxx and I, rely on the energy you guys give us, but him and I both sort of do really tap into that and push forward because of it.
That's right. And the truth is learned, it's never told. And this is my backup account at J Peterson, no T's, no O's, _ITM. I finally used it the other day, Shady. So we've got Pickles out there. We've got Jackie. We've got Kiwi. We've got Liberty. We've got LK. We've got Poussant. We've got QD. We've got Queued Up. We've got Rocket. We've got Shady. We've got Sue. We've got Fiona. These are some of the most amazing mods that you will ever find on YouTube. Pickles, there she is. And much love to all of you, because we couldn't be doing this without you. I mean, we had a 9-hour day, Shady, just in streaming the other day.
I know.
All right. And by the way, today, April 13th, 1953, is MK Ultra's mind control tests begin. They were okayed April 13th, 1953. Now, let's go back to this post, Shady. It says MK active. F black sites are being closed. Now, there's a black site in the Philippines for MK Ultra. There's black sites in Canada. They're all over. Greenland, yes. I'm sure there's some in...
There's lots in Europe and
Australia.
Asia. Vietnam, you know, think Vietnam too, you know, with the conquering of that country that we did in the 60s and 70s. Like, all the stuff that you saw happen on the surface had many levels of subsurface.
Easy for you to say.
Not really this morning.
By the way, we have got a new link. This is called Magazon, guys.
Well, for those who don't know, Media Matters directly targeted Red Pill Living.
Yes.
So George Soros Media Matters directly targeted Red Pill Living simply because they sold a product called colloidal silver on their platform and bragged about in a news article that they had them taken down. So isn't it interesting how
the same week we got demonetized, Shady?
Yeah, but isn't it interesting how the media is an activist? Like, why is the media policing content? You're supposed to be reporting on content and objective. You're not supposed to be an activist for a position, but no, they're an activist against people who are trying to help people with Patriot-oriented products. And it's interesting, too, how they're banning hydroxychloroquine, and still no one in the news wants to say that hydroxychloroquine... You know, Matrixxx, do you know how much a dose of hydroxychloroquine costs?
Not enough profit for Mr. Bill Gates, I'm sure.
10 cents.
Wow.
10 cents a dose for hydroxychloroquine, and I think you have to take it for like 4 days or something. So you end up taking like $1.50 worth of pills.
Right. So that's crazy. So, you know,
that's why they don't want to talk about it.
They attacked Magazon because they have colloidal silver. They've got liposomal B12s and vitamin C's and coffee and grocery and gourmet food, clothing and accessories. Look at the stuff we've got here now, guys. So if you use this link, we will get credit. And there's over, let's see, if you shop Magazon, there's 500 and growing items from 80 and growing sellers. They're all true patriots. This is a true patriot marketplace, guys. This is a true patriot marketplace. Please.
And am I wrong? Didn't he get some of the Red Pill Living products over here? He did.
Yes. Yeah, we got the C60 right up here. Excuse me, the
Thanks
C60.
for your support out there, guys.
Life is, see, this is right here. This is the Boost Immunity Blend. And see, this is what they don't want you to have, Carbon Shield C60.
No, they don't want you to be healthy, because if you're healthy, you're not going to get my corona.
No.
They don't want me to say that either.
So please, if you want to help our show out, we were demonetized last week from YouTube. We've also got the Patreon. We've got PayPal. If you look below this video, and the mods might drop a couple links here, but this is how to support us since we've been demonetized. And isn't it interesting that we were demonetized just before this all happened, Shady?
Yeah, it's very interesting. And we also have some other interesting things that have happened in the background, like Alex Jones didn't reveal who Q was. Austin Steinbart got arrested. So interesting things are happening in the, let's say, the clown media.
Wow. Clown media. The clown media is going crazy. And, then we got the salon.com attack yesterday and many others. And, by the way, I want to thank Leo Belmont for reminding me of this. I forgot to mention today that it's Thomas Jefferson's birthday today as well.
Oh, really?
Yes. So here you go. Happy birthday,
Happy
Thomas
birthday,
Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah. Happy birthday. Oh, that's Mr. Trump.
It doesn't fit in there.
It doesn't fit. So, but thank you very much. Support at Magazon with the link below will help us as well. We're going over Q posts, and I kind of want to go over a couple of these here too, because this is very important to understand. This is April 13th, and it's when the Central Intelligence Agencies, the CIA, Alan Dulles, authorized the MK Ultra project here in America. Now, you and I all know that it's been going on before that, and this is probably after we grabbed him from Paperclip, right? Because yes. MK Ultra, mind control, KON is control with a K, is German. And, if you really want to take a zoom back, remember the Jewish people that were in the camps in Germany had little numbers on there. So IBM developed a computer program to take those numbers, and they talked about what they did to break these people and what they did to try to get them under control. This was a test for mind control.
And how and keeping up with it. Their systems helped to keep up with who was who and how to continue the programming on each of the individuals. That was a very difficult time in that period. And this, interestingly enough, IBM was right there to help.
Yeah, right there to help. So this is the article from Wired.com. It was from 18, I believe. Let me collapse that. But it's a very interesting article. It talks about some of the storyline here. And the agency launches one of its most dubious covert programs ever, turning unsuspecting humans into guinea pigs for its research into mind-altering drugs. And remember, our president wants to get rid of what drug, Shady?
Hydroxychloroquine.
No, he wants to support that one.
Want to support that. I'm sorry. Yeah.
The opioids.
The opioids. Yes.
Okay. There's I know you didn't know there was going to be a quiz.
I didn't properly listen to the question.
So our president wants to get rid of opioids, guys, and most people here know that opium was used to take over, so let's say, Hong Kong. Okay, they got them all like comfy in little opium dens, man, and they were like, "Hey, man, I'll vote for that, dude." Yeah. So they took their country, and that's what they're doing here. So the opioid war is real, folks, and it is part of, in my opinion, the mind control. But Timothy Leary advocated the benefits of LSD and urged everyone to turn on, tune in, drop out. The CIA's technical service staff launched the highly classified project to study mind control effects on this and other psychedelic drugs, using unwitting, not knowing, U.S. and Canadian citizens as lab mice, Shady. So they wanted to close the brainwashing gap that arose after the United States. So basically, their whole goal is, if you understand the monarch butterfly, the monarch butterfly can be born on your butterfly bush in your town, and it will fly back to Mexico to mate. and then fly back to where your bush was to lay the eggs. So the whole idea for the monarch mind control is to get the mind control to where when we birth our children, they're already mind controlled. Because the mind control program costs them a lot of money, because every time there's a new person born, they have to re-control the mind. Pretty
and
interesting.
they've got pretty darn efficient at it over the past 60, 70 years.
Oh, they sure have. They sure have.
And and the movie that we saw with Out of Shadows highlights it perfectly.
Yes, and that's what I did because, Q mentioned that show, right? As a Q post. So this is my post here. This is tomorrow's MK's Ultra's birthday. Wired magazine, April 13th. The CIA OKs the mind control. And here we go. And that's why this movie, I think, was shown to us as well. Because of the MK Ultra. This movie shows you how they do it.
And it also helps people that are under the spell to break out of it whenever they realize what happened to them.
Correct. So let's look at some of the history. And some of these are Q posts, some of these are not. But would Black Ops MK Ultra Op look like this? Would they look like any of these? So this is June 2016. Britain, Michael Sanford jailed over plan to shoot Donald Trump. Does that look like MK Ultra, guys?
Yep.
Remember that? Remember when this German gentleman was in Vegas, right?
Yep.
And he went and tried he grabbed a police officer's gun at a Trump rally and started charging the podium?
Yep.
That's MK Ultra. That's mind control. Here's another one. September 2nd, 2016. Vladimir Putin's favorite driver killed in a car crash. Could that be a Black Op MK Ultra op? Could be, right? Brilliant Anon also notices this. This is what would Black Ops and MK Ultra look like? Would it look like any of these? October 17th, Las Vegas shooting. 59 killed and more than 500 hurt near Mandalay Bay. Does that look like that could be an MK Ultra op, guys?
Mind control.
Mind control. What about this? Brilliant Anon. Vehicle attempts to ram presidential motorcade. What do you think about that?
And Q even pointed us to this as MK Ultra op.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't see this. The car comes out from the right. Right as the motorcade's going by from a road above.
Oh, yeah. Hey, by the way, look at that manhole right now. It is actually tack welded shut. Right there. You can see the little silver spots around the edges. Alrighty. Coming in thick here.
Here we go.
There he is. There's the beast. Oh.
Look at the car. See it?
Oh my gosh. Look at that car that just came out of the woods. That car right there just drove out of the woods. What?
See that, guys? Pretty interesting, right?
This was spring of 18, right?
August 2017.
August of 17?
Right here, yep.
Oh, okay. I thought this was after Q started to post. Okay.
So this is another Brilliant Anon. August 2017. The White House is undergoing major renovations. Do you think they're trying to get rid of bugs here?
Well, they had a lot. They had a lot of stuff to clean out there, not just bugs.
Yeah, maybe something that could harm the president as well, right? Interesting. Technology, right? Bugs and other devices. So remember Melania Trump give her first interview since moving into the White House? And she said that, let's see, what is it here? This is the one. I'm so busy and we're doing many great stuff. She said it's a really special place. I love it here. And there she is right here, looking forward to the memories we'll make in our new home. Look at that. And I think isn't this where they said that they got rid of Satan or something like that? I can't remember the article.
I don't know if this was in that article.
But it took a while for them to get there because they had to, they moved in on June 11th.
Yeah, remember that she didn't come to the White House for almost 4 or 5 months.
That's right.
You know, she stayed in New York while they gutted the place, basically.
That's right. And I believe, you and I kind of believe that there was stuff there, right? Brilliant Anon also says, do you remember could this be Black Ops military? Does this look like any of these? Remember the Hawaii panics after an alert about incoming missiles? Is sent in error, remember? It's January of 18, Shady.
Yep.
That was DEF CON non-nuclear, right? So here we go. This is, what about this? What about a gun found in bag of Trump motorcade driver, Secret Service says? There's a gun found outside of the gates at Mar-a-Lago on Monday. Here is another one here. Train carrying members of Congress. Remember that, guys?
Whenever they tried to throw the trash truck in front of the train?
Yes. And they were all heading up to Greenbrier?
Yeah, West Virginia?
Yeah. Well, is Greenbrier in West Virginia? Is that where it is?
So.
It could be. But isn't that wild, huh? Look there's a dump truck. Some guy driving a dump truck, folks. So today's incident was a terrible tragedy. The Wisconsin Republican tweeted, we're all grateful for the first responders who rushed to the scene, and we pray for the victims to their families. May they all be in their thoughts right now. I mean, they had their kids, and they're heading up to that secret bunker down there, up there in Greenbrier. Pretty interesting, right? Yeah, West Virginia. Yep, you're right, Shady. Yeah, look at that. Could that have been MK Ultra Black Op? Just asking a question. What about this one? This is North Korea nuclear test site collapsed. Maybe out of action by China study. So just very interesting, right? There's radiation leaks, allegedly, all this stuff. Chinese geologists said, we trust the Chinese now, right? Right?
Well, yeah, they're doing a really good job. I mean, they haven't had a single corona death in about a month now. So it's pretty efficient over there. We should probably trust them. Yeah.
Justice says AF1 attack on way or back from NK. We're going to get over that too. And that goes to that 1Q post as well, in my opinion, where we had to where the Air Force One had to make an unscheduled landing in Hawaii, right? And what about everybody wanted you not to and Trump and North Korean leader Kim to meet in Singapore. Remember that? Yep. How about this one? This is unannounced missile launch on Whidbey Island. Here it is. People seem to forget this. Wasn't that just a weather balloon, Shady?
Yeah, it was a weather balloon. It was a high-speed weather balloon.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was fired at our president, guys.
They put some firecrackers on it to make it look good as it went up.
And Brennan had a really weird tweet, and so did Michael Avenatti. Had a really weird tweet that could be alluding to this.
That was threatening to the president.
Yes.
Yep.
Here's another one. Trump lands in Honolulu for a refueling stop after summit with Kim Jong-un. Doesn't Air Force One have in-air refueling capability, folks?
Sure does.
It does, doesn't it?
Yep.
Interesting. What about this one? It's official. Trump announces Space Force as 6th military branch. Pretty awesome, right? They didn't want this to happen because this Space Force brought that program that we're talking about today that has a birthday underneath Space Force.
All black ops are now inside the Space Force realm.
All your black ops are control.
Belong to us.
There you go. Here you go. This is October 29th, mechanical issue aboard train, but I had the wrong link there. But First Lady Melania Trump lands in Philadelphia after mechanical issue aboard a plane. I have the wrong one there. What about this one? Trump blames Secret Service for canceled trip to French cemetery. I mean, remember that. And also a Secret Service agent died over there.
That was during the Scotland thing, and then this was during the World War II memorial.
Your World War I cemetery visit to France.
Yeah, whenever they were like saying, "Oh, he won't go outside because it's raining" or something. I mean,
that's right.
There's been so many attacks. Right?
Here's another one. Trump promised NASA the moon to achieve manned mission to Mars. That's awesome. What about this one? This is Trump offered at NASA unlimited funding to go to Mars. We got him now, guys. This is what would Black Ops look like? Video shows car crashing just yards from President Trump's motorcade. Do you remember this one, guys?
Is it not there?
It's there. It just won't link to. Here we go. Let's watch this. Remember this? They've been trying to kill our president, guys. Wow. Wow.
The car tried to cross the center lane to get over it, to head-on collide with the motorcade.
That's right. Let's look at this, too. This was interesting. This is a brand new Microsoft commercial. Let's check it.
Oh, let's see. What Microsoft? Do you got a new Intel?
I believe that art of the future is art without objects. This is just pure transmission of energy between the viewer and the artist.
Oh, you said it's Microsoft.
To me, mixed reality is this answer.
This was a unique opportunity.
Now, where have we seen her before, Shady?
We saw her just the other night in a documentary.
Yeah, right. And this is a Q post. The spirit cooking discovery is bigger than you know. Follow Maria. That's Abramovic. There is a reason the word conspiracy was made, pushed, their weapon against the awakening. But let's go look at here. This is Out of Shadows. Where have we seen Maria Abramovic?
This young, outrageous girl wears strange clothes. She's into extremes. She's experimental.
Mind control, folks, no?
She have 43 million people on the Twitter following her.
We're awake now, right?
Little monsters. And she came really very humble to my house and asked me if I can teach her. We made this workshop in the woods, and she was such a good student. She never cheated. She really went much farther than I asked her for.
She is a limitless human being. As myself, a self-proclaimed pop performance artist, want to go home and slit my wrists, and I am nothing. I have achieved no sense of art. She is so boundless.
Čuj za performance zbog Lady Gaga odjednom su počeli da se interesuju za moj rad, tako da prešao sam iz te, mislim, normalne kulture
That's
u
how
mass
she gets
kulturu, što je
emerged into
is in
mass
the best
culture.
emails, and she's the one that conducts the spirit cooking dinners. She said that Marina did an exercise with her where she stripped her completely naked and left her in the middle of the woods to fend for herself and find her way back. Those are the kinds of things that people who are behind the MK Ultra programs do to children that they're mind controlling. We know Marina Abramovic is a Satanist. You Google Marina Abramovic's name in spirit cooking and you will find hundreds of pictures of Marina Abramovic's events where they will have, for example, a cake that looks like a human being and they'll depict human cannibalism. And
There you go. And that's in a Microsoft ad, folks.
And capture them in such a way that they are translatable forever.
If you're a collector, you're trying to find works that break new ground. We here at Christie's believe that this is that. And it will be the first time that a mixed reality artwork is sold at auction.
There was always a question what you buy when you buy performance. You buy the video or you buy the additional photographs. Here, you actually can have the artist's presence in your collection.
The first thing that we had to figure out was you had to feel that you were in the room with Marina, not a document of Marina.
Pretty scary, right?
HoloLens 2 was created by people who quite clearly have an interest in the audience forgetting that they are using technology. So the purest expression of artistic intent can happen.
I really want viewer to be with me in the space, in here and now. The life is dealing with what is going to stay after I'm not there anymore. And I can face myself. And that's a frightening experience. Really like you're facing your own ghost. There is always this great idea of immortality. Once you die, the work will never die because the work of art can continue. In performance, the piece is only in the memory of the audience and nowhere else. Here, I am kept forever.
She's kept forever, guys. Pretty gross, huh? And we saw her on the documentary. What a great documentary that is, guys. And they are exposed, Shady.
Yeah, and just so you know, I thought I had it here, but there was a tweet this morning by Biden or someone that had Biden and Lady Gaga sitting together, and he was all being friendly with her. But look, take a look right here real quick. Let's just bounce over Matrixxx. I'm going to drop this link to you. Let's take a look at her Twitter. I just want you guys to just scroll down her Lady Gaga's Twitter just a second. You don't really have to say anything. Just show some pictures here real quick so people can see what's on her Twitter. Now, she was just pictured with the vice president or the presidential candidate for the Democrat National Committee. And this lady has...
Look at, she's thanking Justin Trudeau for funding vaccines. Here we go.
Just show some of the images. We don't really have to read any of the content, but I just wanted people to see what she's posting.
That's normal.
Completely. Cyborg.
That's normal. No?
That's normal.
That's normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all saying aye? That's normal, right? Like that?
Yep.
They even have our kids doing that. Grosses me out.
Just so you know, the left is passing around. They're very proud to have Lady Gaga and Joe Biden teamed up. And you just saw Lady Gaga being talked about by Marina Abramovic. And Marina Abramovic is doing Microsoft commercials where she's considered what did they call her? They called her like the most successful artist or something. I mean, it's just whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm just showing you some of this imagery that keeps these people chained to the cabal.
Yeah.
There's a spine.
Yeah. Weird.
Very weird, right?
Yeah.
MK Ultra. That's what you're seeing right here.
Yes, you sure are. Wow. Born This Way Foundation.
I just thought that kind of fit in right here.
Yeah, it does. It does. Wow, Shady. Wow. So that's interesting. Now, another thing that Shady and I found interesting was the SNL. Did you guys see? Q posted the documentary here, best documentary of the year at 00000. And we went and kind of hung out with Liz and Mike for a little bit. And we were checking them out, and we go, let's watch the Hanks thing. Did you hear he was? And we go, oh my gosh, let's go look.
So Tom Hanks did SNL from quote unquote his house.
From his house, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there was one thing that I wanted to show you real quick. Let's just go over here real quick. And let's check this out. I'm going to just make this a little bit bigger.
I've always seen your spark, your dedication, and humanity. But today... Okay, so let's just start right... Oops.
Yeah.
This is the wrong video. Sorry about that. I thought it was the actual monologue. Hang on.
I think it is. I think it just opens.
Look here. This is a cat.
Here it is. Yeah, I guess it is.
Hey guys,
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot there.
Yeah, and you know the one thing too is that shaving your head. I remember when Britney Spears shaved her head, and that's when her mind control broke down, and she went to Esther's barbershop. Very interesting stuff, guys. And Shady, let's go through these right here. These are the posts that our president read off the other night.
Yes.
Let's just go ahead. Do you want to read them from bottom to top or top to bottom? How do you want to do it?
Kind of can go either way, really. I listed them in order of the way he said them. And just to give you guys a little bit of background, this was all these numbers the president called out almost in order in his speech on Friday on 4/10/20. And what I noticed a few things extremely interesting in this. Number one, all the 4/10/20s in the post that he called out. He said these numbers in order as we read them. I'll tell you the numbers. But number 500, DEFCON 1, 4/10/20, Fire and Fury, 9 states of class ready, go live, 34 commands live, codes, command, action, non-nuclear 1, OWL 1, Q. So notice there's 1 with a 4/10/20 in it. Then he said the number 452, and this one, we have a go signal in enough is enough. G and the O in the brackets. Enough is enough. Confirm AWCJF7882 Z and a 0000 timestamp. Then owls. Good hunting. Q. 452 he called out. 401 he calls out. Test. Q. That was all the way from 12/21/17. And then 400.
Happy birthday.
Trip entered, but not showing. Q, same day as
now,
that.
Could a trip entered but not showing be an actual trip from somebody, right?
Right.
That they're hiding.
Yes.
Like Tom Hanks's trip, or somebody, Hillary's trip, somebody, or Linda trip. Who knows? Just spitballing with you guys.
And then he said 42. That post was, we serve at the pleasure of President Donald John Trump, DJT. Another 4/10/20 in the DJT. Remember, 4/10/20 is DJT, so that's 2 now. Here, 40, 4/10/20, A, B, C, D, E, 4/10/20. The post that showed us number 40, the connection to the gematria of the numbers and the letter correlation. Then I read you post 38 about the carriers. Right now, we know we have the carriers offshore. We have all of the protection in the Gulf and the Pacific right now. The president has called out that we're stopping the traffickers. Also in this post, you find the calm before the storm at the bottom, which is the lead into all of the Q thing, was the October 5th statement by President saying, you're witnessing the calm before the storm.
And I read you this one. Yep.
Yep. The long one that Matrixxx read about the Clintons, the Obamas, the tarmac meeting, the wizards and warlocks. What would we do if we were prepared to do the unthinkable?
Soros and his money, right?
Yep. Soros and his money, right? In that one.
Comey forced. Yep.
So that was number 36.
6, yep.
And then we have number 35, which is, we've read this one multiple times, even in the last couple of weeks. POTUS will be insulated, protected on Air Force One and abroad, specific locations classified. While these operations are conducted due to the nature of the entrenchment, it is time to take back our country, make America great again. Let us salute and praise the brave men and women in uniform who will undertake this assignment to bring forth peace, unity, and return power to the people. It is our hope that this message reaches enough people to make a meaningful impact. We cannot yet telegraph this message through normal methods for reasons I'm sure everyone here can understand. Follow the questions from the previous thread and remain calm. The primary targets are within DC and remain at the top on both sides. The spillover in the streets will be quickly shut down. Look for more false flags. Stay alert, be vigilant, and above all, please pray. For God so loved the world, he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. Love is patient. Love is kind. God bless my fellow Americans. The third 4/10/20 in that post. Then 32. Maybe one day, but it cannot go slow. The initial wave will be fast and meaningful. It will send a signal to others immediately, and you'll see the tide turn. Not even the mainstream media can hide, and rest assured, some will be jailed as deep cover agents. That was number 32. And then 31 was world stalemate. We all have the goods on everyone else. That's part of the reason why some things that tie back to foreign heads of state will remain classified, not all. We are in one of the most critical times of our country. Trump and others are working to balance the we are doing well for America for the common people to endorse, while at the same time purify our government and remove the bad actors who are entrenched. There is so much string pulling and blackmail that we need to cut these off to truly gain the power granted to us by the Patriots and hard-working people of this great country. Now, what are the odds that your president calls out all those numbers in order on 4/10/20, and they randomly hit the Q posts that are 4/10/20, almost all of them?
Yeah. Now,
very slim.
I want to read this comment real quick. I didn't even think of this. This is Keith Dixon. The disc and slot comment was probably about like a CD or a tape. You put the disc in the slot, Shady.
Oh, some sort of some sort of communication, or
yes.
MK Ultra program.
Or he sang like a bird because the birds were singing on Scavino.
Oh, that's true too.
So Canary in the mine also warning them to maybe get out of the mines, but he sang like a bird. He could have sang like a bird, guys. And also,
I know that the one picture that they had with him, I know everybody's kind of like rolling their eyes at it, but the one picture they had of Tom Hanks where he was in Australia, that door did not look like a normal door. It looked like some sort of
a holding facility, right?
Yep.
Now, look, a stalemate is a situation in a game of chess where the player whose turn is to move is not in check but has no legal move. The rules of chess provide when a stalemate occurs, the game ends. This is not a game. Right? So that's interesting. And stalemate is a situation in which neither side in argument or contest can make progress. The war has reached a stalemate. So that's what stalemate. Somebody asked what stalemate means.
And also the world, we are at, notice the world is in stalemate right now. We are not moving. No one's going anywhere. That's the exact predicament the whole world finds itself in right now. This was posted on 11/1/17.
That's right. Also, I wanted to just point this out. Look at the Playboy honeypot mansion.
Yeah, I noticed that's not just a small renovation going on there, my brother.
Look at that. That's where the pool is right here where my mouse is. Look at all the stuff back here.
They've dug the whole site up, it looks like.
It looks like it's all dug up, folks. And the person that owns it, there's the grotto. Look at that. Look at this right here. They're covering up stuff. This is the pool. The grotto used to be right here. That's what it used to look like, just for kicks and giggles. But this is Darren Metropolis. He's English. He's American Greek. He and his dad, I think, bought like Hostess and Chef Boyardee and many different brands. And he takes companies and quote unquote makes them better. Pabst Blue Ribbon, he was the original CEO of. So just very interesting. Is he a white hat? But very interesting about just some construction going on, Shady.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of tidying up.
Look at the caterpillar behind these trees right here. Look at that. Wow. So that's very interesting. I also Trump card coming, Shady.
I saw this. The president retweeted an account that was called Trump card coming.
Play the Trump card. Thank you. April 12th at 8:47. So let's go look at 2047. Let's look at both. Let's look at 8:47, comma, 2047. Okay, 2047 is a reply to 2046. Has anyone seen this yet? This is HRC emails, Alice in Wonderland. This is simplified Alice in Wonderland, Hillary in Saudi Arabia. Reference Hillary Clinton, Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, Saudi Arabia, the bloody Wonderland. But how could we know? Q with the FOIA search results. Bringing up the Mad Hatter, HDR 22 Clinton, regarding the Israeli elections, and a little TL from Marty Tory, who signs it all the best Hatter and calls her Madam Alice, right? Very interesting. And then 847 is a Q post reply to 846. Water, why is this event big? What does it signify? Why is NK out of the news as the world turns? Q, watch the water. Q. Trump card coming, Shady.
What an interesting day, my friend. I know that we're getting close on time, buddy. We got to squeeze pretty soon.
Yeah, we got to squeeze here. We got 4 minutes, guys, and we're going to go on a field trip. But I wanted to cover one more thing really quick. Papadopoulos has the corona. One more thing here too is I wanted to cover this. I think it's very important. This is the pedophile normalization. Salon.com does a hit piece on QAnon, talking about the coronavirus pandemic are a public health threat. And this is about, Nemos, right? They shut down redpillliving.com/intheMatrixxx. It's shut down for now. Redpillliving.com is open, but ours is not yet. Now, I wanted to see if you guys are awake. This is the pedophile I could not help. He was not a monster or a molester. Oh, wow. Pretty wild, right? The system destroyed him anyway. He was kind, sweet, intellectually curious. He was also a pedophile. I knew I could help until he was jailed. By the way, Travis View, main QAnon attacker, writes for Salon.com. More Salon.com sickness. Are you awake? These organizations are attacking us. This is redefining pedophilia with pedophiles' help. This is the kind of stuff.
Don't hide it, my brother.
These people are sick.
They do not hide it.
They don't hide it at all, guys. Let me just real quick, and then we're going to head over. TravisView. Travis View is a main QAnon attacker, and here he is on Salon.com, guys. This is Travis View. They don't have his name here. Let me just keep going. Let me go back one more. Images, Travis. It's the QAnon conspiracy that won't die. Obviously, they got him quoted in here, but somebody else wrote it for him. But I actually have him busted a long time ago in this. And hey, Salon.com, do you want some cheese with your wine? And that's it. So that's the Matrixxx Groove show for today. Let's all head over to LK Dark to Light and go watch this premiere. Let me head over to the actual premiere.
And please share with your friends that we are going to have the creators for the documentary Out of Shadows on the air live. We'll be taking your questions and interacting and getting their take on what's going on. We might be to 5 million by airtime tomorrow, Matrixxx. This is so exciting. I cannot believe these guys got this far.
Boom. Boom.
This is the link. Come over and join us. Say Shady and Matrixxx sent you to LK over there.
And SB2 probably watches too. So say
hello, SB2.
Right? And we're going to play the intro that LK made for us, guys. This is amazing. LK Dark to Light, we love you. We're going to go all head over there right now. Tell them Matrixxx and Shady sent you.
Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Love you.